what's the word? I appreciate you checking out my video, but before we start, I'm gonna need you to do two things. Hit that like and subscribe.
Yo, man. Yo, that you know what? I looked at the video that you sent me and all that, the one with AI Prophet, or was it Al Prophet or AI Prophet?
Yeah, Al.
Yeah. My take on it, dude, was like, my take on it is like, man, I mean, honestly, that's us. That's us fucking up. It's the same as like, when you go to a concert, it's always one that's gonna take, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, we all need still to learn, how to be humble on some things like that when we trying to show love and respect to a black-owned business that we trying to support out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you got that one bad seed in the crowd. You know what I mean? And it get turned up like that all the time. It happens anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't happen at Marathon Burger. No, it didn't happen there, but it was in the vicinity. It was around the corner. If the Marathon Burger opening wasn't happening that day, nobody would have got shot. Nobody would have lost their life that day. And that's real. You know what I'm saying? If he was there for the marathon opening, you know what I'm saying? Even though if it did happen a block away or whatever, they said it happened around the corner. But that's just us messing up a good thing again. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, hey, salute to Setting the West. What's up with the homie?
What up, man? I'm
Setting the West.
Getting prepped for my nephew. He's gonna perform. I was just like, let me tap in real quick. What's good? I know y'all just got started.
That, yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to D-Love. Hey, big congrats to Klasic Music. And we hit the goal of 100 subscribers. Appreciate that. And she says, salute to who's up here on the panel. Now, we talking about the whole Marathon brand. Is it being targeted by the police or our own people getting in the way of the legacy of what's going on? And the homie Corndog just said that he believed that it's us getting in the way of what Black Sam is trying to further pursue after Nipsey Hussle passing.
Hold on. There's gonna be music in the background. Hold on one second. But I think it's the police.
Yeah, you think it's the police? Now, after doing some research on everything, I seen that the Marathon Burger have 4 different locations. And out of all 4 locations, 2 of them are in affluent neighborhoods. And then you have the one that's in Long Beach. And the people that were basically victims of what's going on, like I seen a video on Instagram, and this what really sparked my brain about everything. The guy was saying like he didn't like how the news coverage covered that there was a shooting in front of, or a pew pew pow pow in front of the Marathon Burger. It wasn't in front of the Marathon Burger, it was around the corner. But like the homie Corndog said, if there wasn't no grand opening that day, nothing would have ever happened. And if you look at the people that actually were involved in that incident, you have one person that's from 83rd and Hoover, and then you have somebody else that was from Rolling 80s, which is a West Coast Rolling 80s. So that's a Long Beach set. So it basically sounded like 2 people clashed, and they got into it as they crossed paths up there. And what brought them there was the grand opening of the Marathon Burger. Now, I can show a picture of the guy that was involved with everything. Like, I'm gonna have to drop everybody down so people can see what I'm talking about, but I'm about to show these pictures and then I'm gonna bring everybody back. So Yeah, I'm working on getting that together, but the pictures that I showed, one was the guy from Hoover. He called him Treyway 7. And then the other guy that lost his life that was from Rolling 80s. I couldn't get a hold of his hood name and everything, but those the people that ended up getting touched up there. Now, we do know that it started in front of the Marathon Burger, and there's clips circulating. Black Sam was trying to intervene and calm down the situation and stuff, but then they took it somewhere else. So I do believe, like, I like how both of y'all, I like how Set in the West said that he think it's the police, and I like how Corny said that he think that it's us. And honestly, I think two things could be right at one time, but in this particular situation, I think it's more of the crowd that was there. This isn't the first time that we have something that we should be celebrating, and then you get one bad apple per se that's looking to stir some stuff up for their own personal agenda.
You probably not old enough to remember Magic Johnson theaters when they basically made it to where you can't even wear no hats in Magic Johnson theater. It's the same stuff. I remember being in there, like, because I used to work at the General Cinema in South Bay, totally different demographic. You know what I mean? White, right? And then you go to the Magic Johnson theater, and they have a trailer that's like Magic Johnson taking off people's hats. You can't wear a hat. It's goddamn ridiculous. But I understand and I get it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a point when it comes to just like the people, and you gotta kind of give thanks. You gotta kind of set parameters in place for the people so that there's no issues. But a hat still ain't gonna prevent anything. I don't think anybody really official. Well, no, there was some pounds that happened at Magic Johnson, but it was pretty much contained. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy like all the time, and that didn't damage the brand. I'll just say it like that. I think the police and the media is definitely invested in making sure that Marathon brand is associated with violence. If I just brought up the history of the Marathon. I mean, Magic Johnson Theater. I know if you old enough, you remember.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. Because you're right. It was no hats. You definitely couldn't wear any type of attire that was like any sporting, kind of gang related type of attire and stuff. I was younger, but I definitely do remember that was going on. And even the Walmart that they built over there, I think they shut it down, but that was ransacked to where people treated it like trash. So I do believe in history done shown that there's been times that outside forces definitely try to get rid of any good things that we have going on. But in this particular situation, I do believe if they didn't have a opening that day, nobody in that particular area would have been, pow. Now, Wolf, question. I know I understand you, because when I was hearing the guy on Instagram making his case that he was pleading, I understood what he was saying, but then I had to realize, like, what, if they wasn't having that grand opening that day, then all that stuff wouldn't have happened. Though people gathered over there because of the certain situation. So is that outside forces, or is that people from different hoods not getting along?
I mean, it obviously is hood-ish, but I'm just saying the media was so quick to,
say it happened in front of,
right.
Okay. Right.
Anything you gotta say about that?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the media, when it comes to some hood stuff, they really don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it didn't happen at the vicinity, it didn't happen inside, it didn't happen outside. You know what I'm saying? It happened down the street. You know what I'm saying? And with that many gathering of people, of course, if you a hood nigga like that, it's gonna be other hood niggas there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be there. You gonna see everybody. So with that, you know, you don't see enemies. And I heard the dude was coming there when he came there. He came there turned up, already to start some trouble. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that one little dude in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, messed it up for everybody. You know what I mean? Like that right there, man. That right there is, to me, I just see it as self-hate, man. Like you hate yourself, you don't want nobody else to come up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's just ridiculous to me, dude. Like, it's a shame too, man, because he's the one that lost his life, right? The one that got turned up.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure if he actually started it, but I'm assuming the other guy, because the guy that they said he got popped in his cranium, he was it's crazy. He's from Hoover, right? And you know that recently, or not too long ago, remember that they had that big pow over there off of Fig? It happened like, let's say like 2 months ago, but the Fig area and over there by the Hoovers, it really been going down to where off of Fig and off of Broadway, a lot of people been getting unalived and a lot of people been getting touched up. Wait, hold up. We got D-Love saying shaking my head. We got Barbara J saying, hey everyone, what's up, Barbara? D-Love, okay. Lou is my favorite.
Barbara.
Odell, I think so, said in the West. Yep. Okay, I'm caught up on all the comments, but yeah, I think the actual guy, the dude that said that he got popped in his top, I'm thinking he's the one that escalated everything, because he was already on some other stuff with the Hoover stuff. So maybe he was just looking to try to start some stuff. Now, another thing that I saw that kind of caught my attention, and the reason why I was saying, like, as far as the brand and them being targeted, let me show y'all some more pictures. Some documents that leaked, and this is talking about a little bit before Nipsey Hussle ended up losing his life. In this situation with Black Sam. So let me drop down and then show y'all these pictures real quick.
Hey man, so you gonna tell me 94.6 of y'all are not subscribed?
What are y'all doing? Hit that subscribe button and put notifications on all.
Now let's get to the video. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Are you a fan of my brand and want to show your support? Well, I got some awesome merch for you to check out today. I got everything from stylish t-shirts featuring my logo to cozy hoodies that are perfect for those chilly nights. And don't forget about the signature hats and mugs. Whether you heading out to a concert, running errands, or just hanging out with friends, my merch is the perfect way to show your love for the brand. And the best part, I got some exclusive deals and discounts going on right now. So what you waiting for? Head over to the store, grab your favorite item before they gone. Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.